Hey y'all, I'm Val with Our Forever Farm. Today I've been running a lot of errands. It's been a busy day. So we have found out if you leave the house, you will spend $100. I mean, without even thinking about it. We didn't go out to eat, but I'm coming home and cooking garden stuff. So today I'm gonna make fried okra, cornbread, maybe mashed potatoes, and a cooked cabbage. Now I showed this cabbage on Facebook the other day, and evidently I've not ever did a video on it. I saw it a while back, and I can't recall where I got the recipe, if it is a recipe, because you use what you have. So that's what I'm going to show you today. That's going to be the star of the show, the cooked cabbage. So let's do it. So here's a glimpse into my post that I put on Facebook about last Sunday. And look, this is my daughter's sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness, they're delicious. Here's our cooked cabbage. And that's what we're doing today. It's so good. And I just prepared a chicken and carrots, potatoes, and onions. This is fresh green beans straight from the garden. And the kids had to have macaroni and cheese. So let's get started with today. So I came home and changed clothes, put my hair up, and started washing vegetables. So this is what I have. I picked these yesterday. This is all we've got so far, but we'll be getting a lot more. I actually got more seed to plant. Don't know if it'll make or not. These are green beans. These are the last of our green beans. We have about a row and a half left to pick. And they're not as pretty as, you know, at the first of the year, but we'll have lots of shellies. Let me show. I did some shellies. So if you don't know what a shelly is, these are the shellies out of the beans. If the beans are too tough or too soft, this is full of water because I just washed it for about the 5th time. So there's still stuff on it. You can soak your vegetables. You have stuff on them. So after I break these, then I will wash them again. So I cleaned out all the tomato plants, every one of them. And I found actually 4 tomatoes. So I'm real proud of these. Let's see. There's the big one. I'm real proud of that one. But that's it on tomatoes. So if I do any more tomatoes this year, I'll have to buy them, which is fine with me. We got a couple of green bell peppers. So when I started my pepper plants, I thought I bought peppers, bell peppers, and I wasn't going to do as much. Ooh, that's leaking the water out. I wasn't going to do as much jalapenos and banana peppers this year because we were overloaded last year. Well, look, these are not even washed. These are not even processed, but they're ready. They're ready. So, but that's not gonna happen today. I picked all this yesterday. We always get eggs. I used to get 6 to 7 eggs a day, and my little silky hens ought to start laying any time. So this is just a couple I grabbed today. This is gonna be the star of the show. So the other day I put our Sunday meal on Facebook, and everybody went crazy over the cabbage. And I'm not just talking about y'all on Facebook, I'm talking about my family. So everybody went crazy. So that's going to be the star of the show today. I am burning up, but I'm going to do this, fry some okra, fry some cornbread, maybe some mashed potatoes. I think I told you all that. And we'll see how far I get. I'll show you exactly how I do this step by step. This is so easy. I saw it before on Pinterest and places like that, and I did it several times and never thought about doing a video. Or maybe I thought I did a video. I don't know. But this is just a large organic cabbage. Did not come out of my garden. I bought it. I've washed it. I've peeled the outer leaves off. And I'm going to show you what I did with it. You've heard of the cabbage steaks. Those are delicious on the grill or in the oven. This is a little bit different take, but tastes the same. So the first thing we're going to do is just dig a hole in the cabbage. Well, I failed to turn the camera on, but I cut just a little smidgen off the bottom. Kind of like you do a cake when you want it to lay flat. That is what the hole looks like, and you can keep carving and carving, but you don't want it to go through. That's big enough hole for me. So I'm gonna put it in my dish, and this is gonna be messy, but I'm gonna use softened butter. And this butter, I laid out the other day and it was already melted. And I'm just gonna fill this hole and mash it down as much as I can. Now, a lot of people take their olive oil, I'm sorry about the full, their olive oil spray, and they spray their cabbage. I saw that done. You can use olive oil, butter, whatever you want. I just rub my butter all over this cabbage, down in that hole really good. You don't have to do it all the way on the bottom. It's gonna be sitting in that melted butter, so we're good. Take pieces like this and just slip them in here, your core. We just needed a hole to put that butter in. You can put them all around it. And then some people put onions in here. So I think that would be good, but my whole crew doesn't like onions. I'm using onion powder. So that's how it looks. That's the only thing about the aluminum foil. It makes so much noise. But all I've done is slather and cut the hole, washed it, peeled off the outer leaves, cut the hole, cut the bottom off where it'll sit flat. You don't even have to do that if you can set it in your bowl. And now we're just gonna add whatever spices we want. I'm gonna add, the first thing I'm gonna add is the salt and pepper, and that's really, really important. And I'm using sea salt and I'm using fine. It doesn't matter if it's coarse, it doesn't matter what. Don't worry about those pieces that are down the bottom. They will get better on them. So there's no measurements to this. It's just whatever you feel and whatever you have. You do not have to do exactly like I'm doing it. Garlic powder. If you don't like garlic powder, don't put garlic powder on it. Onion powder. My crew will eat anything with onion powder on it or onion salt, but they will not eat onions sometimes. I'm getting pretty messy here. So you can use anything you want. So Sunday I used all this, plus I used paprika, but I used all my paprika. I've got to put that on my grocery list. And I will update you on my pantry challenge at the end of this video. So this is, what is this? This is lemon pepper. I keep that to make lemon pepper chicken. This is turmeric. Like I said, you can use anything you want, anything. And now what I'm doing is the W sauce, but you can use, you know, the Dell steak seasoning that I use. You can use it, and I just pour it over top of this. It will be mixed in with that melted butter. It's gonna be delicious. So you can already see like the color of this. So I love olive oil on my cabbage, so I'm doing olive oil also. So it'll have the melted butter on it, and it'll have the olive oil, and I do put a little olive oil on these just to give them a good start. But you know what I always tell you, olive oil and melted butter the butter won't melt. Spit it out, Val. Now we're gonna wrap this up, and you're gonna wrap it up. You want it up. It's in a baking dish, and we're gonna wrap it up. So this first one we're just gonna press down. Remember, you're gonna have lots of melted butter in here. So you don't want anything melting down in your oven. So even that first piece, you want it going up. And here we go. Preheat your oven to 400. Cook it for about 45 minutes to an hour. You'll know when it's done when you can stick a knife or a fork all the way through your cabbage. So I did want to tell y'all, if your family likes red pepper flakes, you can add red pepper flakes, or like the jalapenos and the hot banana peppers or the sweet banana peppers, you can add that, chop it up and add it in your cabbage. It'd be delicious. But my family don't go for the heat too much. So I'm gonna clean this up and we're gonna go on to the next thing, and I'm gonna update you on my pantry challenge. So honestly, while I'm cleaning this up, I wanted to also tell you that you can do anything you want with that cabbage. Anything you like, do it. Like I say, if I had the paprika, that would probably been the last thing I'd put on there. I love smoked paprika. Have you ever tried smoked paprika? It's really good. All right, we got our butter to soften in there. We'll need that for the cornbread. So I've washed my okra and I'm cutting the ends off and I'm just cutting them into slices and we're gonna bread it and fry it. The green beans are gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Okra's done. Well, the okra's cut, I should say. I'm gonna clean up this mess and then we'll get to frying it. So the first thing for your okra is get your pan hot and place some oil in the bottom to cover the bottom. And as it heats up and as you add your okra, you'll know if it's enough oil or not. You can use whatever oil you want. I'm using avocado oil there, but you can use vegetable oil, whatever. So, I'm pooped already. I still got these to go, but I'll sit down and watch a movie or something when I do these. I've got to go pick some more too. But those are washed and ready. Cornmeal's empty. I gotta go to the freezer. So I cannot believe it. I have one small bag. I don't buy these small bags, but sometimes in the delivery, they will say they're out of cornmeal and they'll give me the small bags. All I see in my freezer is a small bag. But this is the buttermilk cornmeal mix. It doesn't matter if it's White Lily, Martha White. This is Martha White. I prefer White Lily. Don't ask me why. Just Sweet Hunter's Granny always used it. So what I'm going to do is just use my cornmeal and bread my okra really good. Now we washed it so it's already wet. If it wasn't wet, if you for some reason have dry okra, you can add a little bit of buttermilk to it. I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper this. You can season it whenever you want. Sometimes I do it now. Sometimes I do it while it's frying. Sometimes I do it afterwards. Just salt and pepper. And then I'll keep this out for the cornmeal. And then I'm just gonna toss this and try to get every piece breaded. Again, we're not using this all for supper because it's just the two of us. And I'll freeze part of it. And I'll show you how I do that too. But I'll also link a video that I did a whole video on this. Just want to make sure and get every piece. Oops, there's a cap. Don't want that. Yeah, you can be looking over it too. There's another cap. When I say cap, I mean the top of the okra. Sometimes I get them mixed up when I'm cutting them and I put them, there's a little tail. That tail won't matter though. I don't like the caps in it though, they're kind of hard. Okay, so I know this pan's hot because it's been a few minutes, but I'm going to just show you. You can just start putting one at a time in. And then once you know it's hot enough, you can just start adding your okra in. I'm only cooking enough for us tonight. Nothing like fresh okra. It's Sweet Hunter's favorite. I'm gonna do about half this. Okay, while I do the cornbread, I'm not teaching you how to make the cornbread, although I have taught you how to make the cornbread. This is the best cornbread you'll ever eat. And has no eggs. It's my best friend Vicki's cornbread. Actually, it's her mom's cornbread. And I've told y'all that many, many times. If you haven't tried it, I beg you to try to make it. My mom, she loved to eat Vicki's cornbread that I made. She thought it was the best, but she never made it. as far as I know, she never made that cornbread. So try it, make it, it's so easy. So, and I'll link the video to that in the description box. So our okra is frying, and I'm just getting this cornmeal ready to put in the pan. I've greased my pan really, really good. And I'm a hands-on cook. Forgive me if you don't like it. Alright, this is buttermilk. So I think I did a video on this before where you can make your own buttermilk from buttermilk you buy at the store. If you get whole cultured buttermilk, you can keep buttermilk all the time. When I get buttermilk and I get it down about that much, I'll add it to my jar. I'll add whole milk to it, and usually I have a little milk that's fixing to go, you know, out of date, and I put the lid on slightly. I don't put it on really tight. I sat it on the counter for 24 hours, and in 24 hours you've got buttermilk, and you just can keep it going. You don't have to buy buttermilk, although I do forget sometimes when I do it. But this is buttermilk going into our cornmeal. So see, I'm going to leave a little bit in there because I'm going to add that whole milk to it to make us more buttermilk. So the way I do this, it's like a really thick batter, but then Vicki always said take it and put some water in it. I do have a recipe for this, but honestly, we've made it so much we know it by heart. And see, now you can see the consistency. If you're following the video and you want to see the consistency on here, that's what it looks like. And then I just pour it in the pan. I'm going to leave this out where I can show y'all real quick, just in case you missed that video. This will be a little quickie lesson. I think our okra is about ready to turn. So I let it really, just sitting here. Oh, I said another cap. I'll get that out. See what I mean? The cap. And if they're in here, it's okay. So see how brown it's turning? It's turning brown. That's what you want. You want it brown on the bottom. I might have put just a little bit too much oil in that, but it'll be fine. Try to keep whole milk in my refrigerator, and I had run out because Sweet Hunter likes ice cream. So, and it's about time to make that again. If you haven't saw that video, you need to go see it. So this just has a little bit of the buttermilk, the whole cultured buttermilk in. I'm gonna add probably 3/4 of this jar with buttermilk. I'm gonna give it plenty of room to expand. You can stir this up or shake it up. I'm gonna shake it up. Get that lid on there. I'm just gonna shake it up. So that's a little bit of cultured buttermilk and whole milk. And then what I do is I loosen the lid. I don't want it to be real tight. And I'm gonna set it on the counter for 24 hours. We'll just set it right there. And then tomorrow we'll have homemade buttermilk. Won't have to buy it in the store. Really quick, I'm going to show you how to freeze this okra because we won't eat it all tonight. And I'm just putting a little oil in the pan. You can add more if you want, or you can use the spray. This jar was almost finished, so I thought I'll just do it about, I think we don't want a whole lot of, we don't want greasy okra in the freezer. So we're just going to spread that around in the pan like that. And we're going to take our okra that we didn't use and we're going to place it in on a cookie sheet or a pan like this. So our cabbage is in the oven. It should be about done. Our okra is on the stove. Our cornbread is ready to go in the oven whenever the cabbage comes out. So you want to spread this like as flat as you can. You want to put it in the oven and just heat it through. When we lived at the lake, when we thought we were going to retire on the lake, I met some really sweet farmers, Settin Rock Farms, and I bought a lot of their stuff. They gave me a lot of stuff. We really connected. I miss them a lot. But he taught me that you can actually freeze okra whole, just right out of the garden, and put it in a bag, freeze it, then wash it, cut it up, and I'm telling you, it works. But this is the way Sweet Hunter's granny froze hers, and so I typically try to do it that way. It's ready to serve right when you get it out and thaw it out and refry it a little bit, because you're going to have to cook it. We're just heating it through in the oven. We're not getting it real brown or anything like that. We're heating it through. It's the way she did it, and I love doing it that way. I added just a little bit more cornmeal to that because it didn't look like it was breaded enough and that much oil. So you can see this is getting really good and brown. So this has been in maybe 5 minutes. You can see it's not brown or anything, but you can get it a little bit brown if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and get this cabbage out. Let's see how far this has to go. So all I do here is just toss my okra. It's heating through, and get it flat on the cookie sheet again, or the baking sheet. And you've already got it breaded, ready to go to fry up in the winter. And I'm telling you, it fries up just like fresh. Now let's check this cabbage. I don't know if it's had time or not. Let's see. So you just kind of play with this and see what it looks like, see what it feels like. It smells good. Anything with salted butter, well, salted butter and cabbage, oh my goodness. So the spices are gathering up. It's not done, I can tell you that. It's not done. The butter is still kind of in the hole. It's kind of not melted. So we're going to put this back down. This is a larger cabbage than I had Sunday or the last time, so it may take a little while longer. And like I say, just play with it, smooth your spices and your butter around. This will have to stay in at least another 30 to 45 minutes. It's probably been 40 minutes. So our okra is good and brown, and Sweet Hunter's granny always finished it off in the oven, and so that's what I'm going to do. If we have room. The okra I'm going to freeze. I'll get out in about 5 minutes. We'll let it sit and cool. We'll move the okra that we're eating tonight on the bottom and put our cornbread in. And by then, maybe the cabbage will be ready. And that's what it'll look like until it cools and goes in the package. That's all you do. And then put it in the freezer. So now is cantaloupe season. If you didn't grow them, which I didn't, go out to a local farmer and find some. This is huge. What a blessing it is to have this. My chickens are going to be in heaven with those seeds. And then the peelings, they'll love that too. They have had their fair share of peelings and seeds and watermelon and cantaloupe and tomato. Oh my goodness. And to me, honestly, there's nothing like sauce tomato and cantaloupe with okra. I don't know why. Now, I told Sweet Hunter that this will be his snack all week. So this is his dessert. And what a nice surprise to find these almost perfect tomatoes in the garden under the weeds as I was cleaning out. I'm going to miss them. Well, I got the okra done. The cornbread's in the oven. The cabbage is in the oven. I've got my cantaloupe and my tomato cut. I don't have my mashed potatoes done, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I think Sweet Hunter will still be very, very happy. He loves fried okra and fried cornbread. He likes fried okra and cornbread, and he likes the fixins, so I think it'll be fine. Hopefully the cabbage will get done here in a few minutes, and we'll serve supper. I could not wait to taste this cantaloupe, and let me assure you, it did not disappoint. Cornbread's done. Vicki always said that if it's darker on the top, it'll be crustier on the bottom. When I did the Parmesan crusted baked potatoes, well, I never did fix them for breakfast potatoes, so I did them today since I didn't do the mashed potatoes and he don't want to wait. There is absolutely nothing better than cornbread in an iron skillet and fresh vegetables from the garden. If you can't garden, go buy from a local farmer. I'm telling you, you will bless them and you will be blessed. I've heard so many times that cooking is a lost art. It doesn't have to be hard. Sometimes you just have to go home and cook. I'm going to check the cabbage. So it's probably been an hour, 20 minutes or so. It's according to the size of your cabbage. And mine should be about done, if not done, because it is a large head of cabbage. This is our cabbage. Oh my goodness. Let me get y'all down here where you can see it. So what I did is, when I thought it was about done, then I took it out of the foil, or took the foil, pulled the foil away from the cabbage. Look how pretty that is. If you like cabbage, you're gonna love this. So here we go, everything's done. Look at this cabbage, oh my goodness. Now I'll take the foil away and we'll put it in that baking dish. So we've got our Parmesan baked potatoes that we were gonna do for breakfast potatoes. We've got fresh tomatoes, cantaloupe. Look at this, don't it look good? Oh my goodness. Put anything you want on it. Olive oil. I definitely put salted butter in it. Salt, pepper, and any seasonings you want. Ooh, it's getting hot. Look at that. That's beautiful. It looks like a piece of meat, don't it? But it's not. It's a whole cooked cabbage. I love it. I think it's delicious. I can't believe I hadn't done a video on that. Y'all go cook something. Well, I just thought I was giving you a pantry challenge update, but I will tell you this, and I'll talk more about it hopefully in the next video. June the 14th was my last grocery haul that I had delivered here up until this week. I'm staying right on budget, $35 a week, and I'll share more on the next video. Thank y'all for watching.